Dive with Taylor Mammon. Today's conversation is going to be about a new brand that's just been launched by the team here, and that is called the Tincture Club. The Tincture Club is a subscription CBD service, but we kind of wanted to take you down the journey of how this came to be, why it is the way it is, and you know what we kind of stand for as a brand in the industry, in the marketplace. So I guess let's start with kind of when we started this, which is only 4 months ago. The idea that was the Tincture Club and kind of how it came to be. I think it was a conversation between Ollie and Jay, if I'm not mistaken. Potentially.
Was it all my idea?
No, this time.
Ollie, do you want to give us the 30-second?
So I had a dream. I had a dream that tinctures should be equally priced. They should be easily accessible. I had a dream. Now, basically, I had this concept over lockdown to make CBD more accessible and more affordable. So I literally sent Jay a text message saying, the £20 Tincture Club. And he was like, it's way too long for a name, but I love the concept. And literally 4 months later, here we are. And yeah, 1,000 milligram, 10 mil tincture, £20, £15 actually starting price, but you know the average price of the product is 20 quid, delivered directly to your door. I mean, I'm really proud of us. I think it's an amazing concept. I think it's something which users everywhere deserve. You know, people deserve access to a reliable source. They can, you know, a reliable source and a source they can, you know, put their faith and confidence in. And, you know, I really do believe that the Tincture Club is that, you know, it's something which is transparent and straight to the point.
Jay, do you want to jump in?
I mean, for me, the Tincture Club was a great project. Like, it was literally just a conversation.
That's
Wasn't it? It was
hilarious.
like, you know, I want to be able to get this out to a customer at a fixed rate on a monthly basis. And I was like, do you know what? The beauty of it is brilliant, because at the moment, there's nothing that is as precise just for a single product to say, we are servicing this one area and become the experts, or, you know, provide a wealth of information so that you can come to your own conclusions, but delivered subscription monthly basis, but at a price where you know, it's not even being competitive. It's like, we are the most affordable thing that you can buy in the marketplace in the UK today. And as bold a statement as it is right now, I think we can hold that claim.
I mean, Nate, the market as it was at the time of this ideation 3-4 months ago, I mean, what was the price point saying? Like,
well, I think it was actually touched on it earlier, but I think that's where we saw the genuine kind of bottom fall out of pricing, and there we were aware, obviously, there was a huge movement or a real kind of departure from where retail pricing sat compared to where raw ingredient fell to. And I think as a group of individuals who, I suppose, got involved in the industry for the right reasons, and although we're quite happy to turn a profit, it's about not profiteering. And I think it was the perfect excuse for us to bring something to the market where the price point is relative to the cost of raw ingredient. And the thing I think I'm particularly proud of, or where we benefit from, I think, is by actually being that kind of true manufacturer and going straight to the consumer. Missing out all of those bits in the middle where you have to give away margin allows us to sit positioned beyond competitively, and the conversation moves away from our oil's better than your oil. It's simply the 100% pure CBD at the best available price, and I think that's sits perfectly.
The Tincture Club actually makes it. Sorry, go on, James.
No, I was just going to say, generally you'll be kind of guided from a brand perspective on the price point to kind of follow trends, potentially other competitive brands that you're up against, bring that price down. And I think we weren't driven by competitor brands. It was a natural.
I think
a natural price positioning.
We weren't fighting for shelf space, so it wasn't shelf appeal and things like that we were directly looking for, was it? It was more towards what can be impactful for the consumer and what's right for the consumer.
Yeah,
It's
I think,
also-
and now our price point at 20 quid, I think, with 2.5p a milligram. If you look at the market, 2.5p a milligram, if you're at a 3,000 milligram, for example,
At 20.
2.5p.
2.5 for the 25.
2.5
2p for the 20.
Correct.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Yeah.
so 2p at 3,000 milligram. Where are you at? Like 3,000 milligram equivalent. You're about 65 quid.
Yeah, it's nothing.
You know, there's 3,000 milligrams on the market for 150, 180. So I'd say that.
But actually, if you're buying 3,000 milligrams, you fall into the lower price tier. And the lower price tier, you know, like the way
It's 15,
the way our structure works is you buy one bottle, it's 25. You buy 2 bottles, they're £20 each. You buy 4 bottles, they're £15 a bottle. So at £15 a bottle, 4,000 milligrams for 60 quid. I mean, where can you buy a 4,000 milligram tincture for, I don't know, less than 200? I don't know. Maybe it exists out there, but you know, I know that the pricing is a lot more. Now, it's important to say we are using isolate. You know, we're not using a full spectrum. We actually believe in isolate. You know, we believe in the practicalities and the capabilities of CBD as a compound by itself. We've seen some fantastic things from CBD as a compound by itself, and you know, the mathematical accuracy of the product, the consistency of the product, the reliability of the product is all guaranteed by our unique and very wonderful supply of CBD, and it kind of enables us to kind of look our consumers in the eye and know full well we're giving them exactly what they deserve and exactly what they need.
Accurate pricing, accurate dosing. I think the brand screams accuracy on every level.
And fairness. Yeah.
Which is kind of what we always wanted to do. You know, like me and Nathan both got into this industry because we both suffered from issues, you know. Nathan from his, me from mine. I have Tourette syndrome. And I found that, you know, isolate-based products were what I first found my relief from. So, you know, this isn't a race to the bottom product. This is, you know, what I like to call an Ollie Mammon original. This is one of the first products I ever made.
Oh yeah, put your name on it.
No,
Right?
How long has it taken us?
It's taken 5 minutes, but the flag has been planted. No, so basically when me and Nate first started on this journey 4 or 5 years ago, we were literally cooking up products in my kitchen just to see what we could do. So when we were cooking up products in my kitchen just to see what we can do, I mean, we did really want to be able to make an affordable product, which was, you know, proper affordable product, not like a cheap 100 milligram bottle of nothing. We wanted to make something which everyone could pick up and be like, this is amazing. And, you know,
we often say, don't, it's like and I think it's very important about the positioning is the positioning of the brand is that we pack a lot of punch in a very small bottle at a very affordable price. And I think for those that are looking to take CBD in an isolated compound, this is the product for you. If you're looking for a complicated formula that's there or being created to give some sort of directional benefit,
There's others on the market.
There's others on the market.
Yeah.
It is, I'm going to use that terrible turn of phrase, but it's ultimately it does what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Referenced that before. That's
yeah,
why we're ringing it.
I literally think that's my coin term in the video.
I think Ronsil will.
Ronsil? Yeah, Ronsil.
Yeah,
We won't reference
I think
them
I
anymore.
stole it from
Ollie
Ronsil.
created that.
Well, no, actually,
I stole it
just-
from them. I knew I thought of it somewhere. I didn't know. It's like I knew I didn't come up with it. Just
like the core
regurgitating.
proposition is based around a subscription service, manufacturer to consumer, as transparent as possible, like with solid accuracy and a clear price point. I mean, I think we all agree that.
And I think, like I said, you touched on it before, and I'm very, very interested, I think, just to see how that evolves. But I think, as far as I'm concerned anyway, I know it's a battle from our perspective in terms of what we need to do from way of compliance, but to actually offer that subscription-based service and a model is something which I don't think exists.
I mean, there are a few on the market, but not a manufacturer solution.
Yeah.
So there's other companies that have done it, and like just to touch on it, and I want to touch on like the challenges we faced over the last 3 months, because I think everyone sees this product on the end, like in their hand or, you know, on our website, but It's not easy.
They haven't seen the battles we've
Yeah,
gone
the
through.
battles we had
I
to
was gonna
face.
say, someone mentioned it the other day, an overnight success which took 6 months.
Exactly. And actually, yeah, like payment portaling, we've basically fought for 3 months and argued with people, and I've dealt with that myself. In terms of, I found it easier to sign up a contract to set up a porn website than I did a CBD brand.
What's it called?
You've got a porn website. That's a bit more interesting.
Can we get the login details for free, please?
I thought we weren't discussing this.
Yeah.
No, but
it does feel like that. You feel like you're in, God knows, firearms and other bits and pieces when it.
Yeah, like when you phone them up and you go, yeah, so we're setting up a CBD company. They're like, we're going to put you through to the specials department.
Yeah.
They also deal with
Risk
like
management.
gambling.
We've actually hoped it's obviously, but we're very close to it all. But I'm hopeful that with novel food regulation coming in when it does, we've actually heard from quite a high level that the way that they think they're going to be able to control this market of illicit food products is basically control it via the payment processes of these retailers, and they'll soon. That will be the mark of accreditation or discreditation, is whether or not it will be accepted as a payment provider.
Well,
so I think that we felt the start of that
that movement, that shift. But it's funny because we talk about it, and yes, there are other people doing subscription services on like manufactured like product, like a 30ml bottle, and they go, you can buy it 3 month subscription on it, but they're just reselling.
Yes.
However, what I found, which was really interesting, and not to call anyone out, but I was aware of it, that they were using payment portal providers that don't support CBD, or process handlers that are like, no, we don't touch this.
You're kind of hiding it.
They've kind of snuck it
Flowed
under.
under
And the fact that has to be done on a product that is legal, that is available in Holland and Barrett and Boots, that people can walk down the street, and yet we're still having to fight those battles in e-com world. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But
I mean, we've solved it. I mean,
we have now.
We've solved it. Where
we have our model.
Yeah, and like I say, it's not a dissimilar story to what happens via way of like e-cigarettes or vaping. It's
similar restrictions,
similar issues.
Yeah, exactly. But on that, was there any other challenges we faced in terms of what we were trying to do?
I'm off the top of my head, I can't think that there particularly is. I think, again, repeating myself again, I think the obvious challenge is novel foods and making sure that there's longevity in the brand past March of next year. We are, goes without saying, carrying out the stability testings and the things that we need to do now to ensure that we still are in market. But I think that is ultimately the biggest challenge of anybody that's involved in a CBD application that's consumed orally. And I think we spent a lot of time to make sure the website was built and QR codes and things on the packaging to ensure that we can display full traceability, almost from seed all the way through to, I was going to use the word shelf, but it's not actually on a shelf, seed to
your shelf in your bathroom.
Yes, exactly, seed to your shelf. To make sure that people feel totally invested in the product that they've got, and they're not just buying a white label version of something that's not been created with love. I think you'll be able to see through the whole process how much care there is in it. And I think we've been very, I don't mind saying it, I think it's the first time that Taylor Mammon have raised their head above the parapet, screaming and shouting about putting our full weight and support by a brand, because we believe in it so much.
Yeah, we've always been in the background, like Taylor Mammon have their hands in so many pies, so many CBD related pies around Britain and Europe. But if you think about how much you've actually probably seen us or heard of us, it's probably a very minimal amount. So for us to be able to kind of reach out and almost target the end users who we also are, it's quite nice. It's nice as an end user to be able to create something for the end user. Not that every product I create isn't for the end user, but I mean direct from my hand to yours is kind of nice. And that's always something which I know me and Nate have wanted to do since the first time we entered this market. And being the manufacturers that we are, we've been distracted over the last couple of years. And I'll be honest with you, COVID was a bit of a blessing, because COVID enabled us to kind of create this. It was that time away from normality, that time away from reality, which enabled us to kind of be inventive and be creative. And it's quite lovely to see that, even after 3 years of, innovation, creation, and influence in this marketplace, once we're we're left to our own devices, we're still innovative, we're still creative, and we still jump every hurdle which is thrown at us, which I mean, like, as a just in the darkest times, for us to pull out this light, it's pretty cool, you know. I'm like, like the joint effort across the team with the partnership which we've done to do this, I mean, it's incredible. And you know,
the bit that I'm kind of, I suppose, almost most proud of is I think we have built a very proactive affiliate model, and I think we've done that with the unfortunate bloodbath which exists because of COVID, and I think there's because the margins that are available, because of the way that it's positioned, because of the help that we've had on the video and viral creation of it all, I think there's a real opportunity for anybody who is kind of invested in CBD but feels that it's unattainable in terms of a wrong price or otherwise, that we have a model in place that gives everybody a genuine opportunity of earning and joining the proverbial club. That sounds terribly cliche, but I think it's very important to say.
Yeah. And to add to that though, the club, we call it the Tincture Club, right? Like, that is the brand, but we've always said kind of part of that is, you know, what else can we provide a subscriber base that is on that journey, right? Like, there is always addendums, obviously the brains of the three of you that are constantly creating content, and that is only for club members, that we newsletter out to them, etc. And that's a lot of value. Like, you know, CBD is still being learnt about, it's still being understood. If we can create a community, that was part of the process.
Absolutely. And like I say, it's a community that you know, we joke about it. I mean, obviously I appreciate Ollie's got a vast amount of experience, but I think that it's that community spirit, isn't it? That feeling of all learning together and being part of a society or a club that I think is going to be the real strength of the brand. And I suppose the distribution or the profit that comes with that is almost a byproduct of creating this
community.
A community of learning and understanding.
It's super important, you know, like the one thing which I know me and Nate both experienced again when we first found CBD, you know, was that we were a little bit in the dark. You know, we created our own light. You know, when we used to do research, we used to look at some of the research we were reading about and laugh because it was laughable. It wasn't, even being novices, what the stuff we were reading, like, this definitely can't be right. You know, and over time, the information has refined itself out there, and we all have access to a lot of information, but it's still a minefield because the information is quite conflicting. Now, I'm not saying I'm right about everything. You know, it's still a world based on opinions, and it's a world based on my experiences with specific compounds, with individuals, and, you know, and my view of how those individuals have responded. Now, I'm not saying this is fact for everyone, but, you know, we're really trying our hardest to almost create a transparent dialogue amongst this community, because a lot of us are still left in the dark, and it's not fun when you've got a problem and there's no one there to help you, and there's no
clear path.
Yeah, or there's no clear path.
You're writing the book, aren't you?
Sorry?
You're writing the book.
What do you mean?
Like, you're starting from scratch.
Yeah, basically that's it. You know, as an individual, you're trying to find your path. Exactly, you're trying to write your own story. You're trying to create your own journey, and that's what we kind of want to do. We want to be there for you because we're all users. We've all done this for 5 years. We're not people sitting in a shop selling thousands of other products, ibuprofen next to paracetamol. Which product do you want to buy? I'll give you the sales pitch on each. You know, we are a CBD company. This is what we understand. This is what we spend 24 hours a day doing, you know. And when it comes to compliance and, you know, a product being legal and right for you, Nathan is one of the best people on the planet. When it comes to a product being functional, you know, I really do design incredible products. It's not out of vanity, it's out of experience, you know. Like, James understands what the market needs and wants because he's spent the last 3.5 years trying to understand what the market needs and wants. These are all things which mean something, you know, and that's what we've tried to do as the Tincture Club, is create, you know, put that emotion which we're firing out, you know, and it never gets to the end users because of where we are. We're trying to get that emotion to you because we think you deserve it. You deserve someone to care.
Also on the formulation side of the product, we haven't We haven't flavoured the product. And, you know, I think there is that natural appeal for a consumer who wants to try CBD for the first time, and they're often probably swayed by an orange flavour or a fruit burst flavour or something that they might connect to, resonate with. So I think the MCT, straight MCT, no flavouring, is a real. When there's nothing to hide, there's nothing to mask in the flavouring. There's nothing to. Tincture Club isn't saying we sell the best orange flavour CBD liquid that you can buy. We're selling CBD.
Yeah. Like,
as
exactly.
simple as it goes. And actually, the next thing I was going to try and lead us on to is kind of who is our market. And a lot of it, when we first spoke about, is yes, it's potentially existing CBD users that know what they're looking at, but just want CBD at a reasonable price. I think we've always kind of said, you know, it's a subscription service. It makes your life easier. Like, you don't need to walk out the door and get it or order it online. You sign up once, you can cancel any time, and you're getting CBD.
You know how much you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's always been kind of core to the message. But
I think our users are the old, the new, the lost, and the blue. Do you know what I mean? I think like literally every.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like if
It's
you're an
really-
old user and you're used to CBD and you know what you want, we're there for you. If you're a new user and you have no idea what you want, we're there for you. If you're lost, we can help you find we can help you find your direction in this place. You know, we can't like hold your hand through it because we're an internet site, but I mean, we're there to teach you as much as we can teach you and as much as you can learn. We're there to kind of put a cloak of transparency across this marketplace, and if you're, you know,
I think like
blue,
the simplest form
will
to
make
put
you
it,
feel sunny.
the simplest way to put it is like, if you've not tried CBD and you want something that's unflavoured because you don't really enjoy the earthy taste, then a lot of people don't. I don't personally. So this is a product for me. It's fantastic. I can put it in my coffee. You know, we've made biscuits. We've done a whole series called Your Weekly Dose, which will be showing people how to use our tincture in everyday life.
And I think that's it. That's it. I think with the natural kind of, or the steer of the use of a tincture drop is a direct application under your tongue. I think the Tincture Club allows users to
diversify.
Use different I suppose application methods through their own choice.
There are hundreds of products we're going to teach you to make. We're going to teach you to make topicals and edibles. We're going to teach you to make absolutely everything. And the whole point is, when you walk into a shop and you see a product you like, we can teach you to make that. We want you to understand how the product's actually made. You know, it's super important for you to understand the versatility of cannabinoids, and the Tincture Club is there for you to understand the versatility of cannabinoids. Your tongue drop is not just a tongue drop. It's, you know, like an opening to a whole new world of cannabinoid consumption. And, you know, that's kind of been left out in this world. They don't want to teach you that. They want you to buy and consume, but we want you just to understand. I don't care if you buy my products. Just understand what you are buying. It's the most important.
And then just finally, to kind of round it off, obviously we've just launched. It was 2 weeks ago, actually, to the date of this recording. But we've all got ideas of what the future may hold, what we want to do next with the Tincture Club and the brand. And, you know, I've got some ideas. But just to freeball it and let everyone hear us have a little discussion on it, what's next? Like, yes, we're only new, but what's next for the Tincture Club? What are we going to do?
From a product development perspective, or from a general business activity?
I think product dev, like what's next for us. But generally as a business, like we have aspirations, of course. You know, obviously the margins are what they are, but we're trying to get the best price to the consumer and the end consumer. And we stand by that. I think all of us around this table have a very clear understanding of what we're trying to achieve. And, you know, if the price of CBD isolate drops by 50% tomorrow, would we match that? And I'm pretty confident collectively that we would show a fair price to the market.
Yeah, I think that's almost a important to vocalise it, but I'd expect that to be a given on one of the pillars that we've built this business on. I think it's definitely we're trying to supply CBD at the lowest possible price, and I think the
It's the lowest possible that people need to remember.
That's it, no, and we have an ability to be nimble. We are the manufacturers. We're not sitting in tens of thousands of bottles that we ordered from somewhere, scared at how the regulation would change with the wind. We can, excuse me, we can adapt and you know, I think to answer that question for me, I think it will be part of that Tincture Club community, but I'd love to understand, generally speaking, why the community take their CBD product and perhaps look to create some stronger directional benefits of our product. So I suspect, well, I think through our general customer base anyway, sleep deprivation is a very big, people that have insomnia or suffer from restful night's sleep will tend to take CBD, and if using that as the example, if our community feeds back that that's a main reason or the main driver for people buying our product, I'd like to talk to Oliver about exploring and involving perhaps a terpene blend or otherwise that allows us to have a directional benefit to what we do, again whilst ensuring that it's at the right price and affordable, and perhaps the club extends to different uses at different times of the day. But I would be disappointed at this stage if the Tincture Club kind of falls into the flavour creation model and we spin out the orange and the citrus and the other. I mean, that would be a disappointment.
We're also looking to kind of explore more the nutraceutical side. The one thing that CBD is it's a nutrient. It's a compound with some fantastic benefits. And one thing Taylor Mammon does that offers a transparent service, and we would love to offer the same transparency across other compounds. So maybe not necessarily cannabinoids, maybe the curcuminoids or the copaibonoids, or seaweeds or something else, which also, the immune balancing drops, revitalizing drops, morning, like wake up and blast drops, something which is a bit more in line with what we're trying to create here. We're trying to create a culture of and a community of people who use and understand beneficial products. We're not a vanity brand.
And I think it's for the Tincture Club to recognise our club members and then
exactly,
not be driven by what we might think is the next hip or best ingredient.
But it's what do you need?
What do our customers genuinely need?
Back to that thing, I'm not sure how we do it in terms of, I don't think it needs to be particularly contrived, but I think the plan of the Tincture Club is over the next period of time to really build that community and make sure the products that we serve, frankly, Ollie manufactures with his own hands, serves the community that we've built, and that is the absolute ethos. So a short answer to the original question is I think we continue to service the needs of our clients directly, without worrying about it's not about the profit.
Yeah.
Preach.
But I think the main thing for us to make sure that people understand is that if you buy from the Tincture Club and you become an affiliate, like our affiliate model isn't just there for influencers, I think is what we want people to understand. Like if my dad, for example, who works in telecommunications, if some of his engineers have heard about this and he wants to, they want to get it, if I give him an affiliate code, for example, and he would earn 10% on the lifetime of any of those people that bought using that code, like that is part of the community aspect. I want people to understand that, look, if we get a lead in a sale that comes in, yes, we might get a lead in the sale, but we're also giving back to you as a thank you to say, look, you know what, you recommended.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for reoccurring revenue for individuals that truly believe in what we're doing.
It's like up to 30%, isn't it? We're paying out on
20
up to 20. It's incredible money, and then also we're doing 10% off a buyer's first purchase as well if they sign up using your code. So I mean, literally, it's savings all round. We're not doing this for the money. If we were, we would be at price point of 50 quid. We really want to get a good quality product in the hands of as many people as possible. But
we have built that with the affiliate model in mind. I'm not ashamed to say we haven't built it with money in mind, but the profit and the money is a byproduct of successful kind of affiliate take up. So I think And I'm not ashamed to be vocal about it. But I think, as we've said, we've built an affiliate program. Whether or not you're a stay-at-home mum, someone that's in and out of work, the car mechanic that you talk about, friends in a pub, we are keen to pay out on the lifetime, as you've said, and I think people can make that opportunity as much or as little as they want to make from it.
Absolutely, and the affiliate model is, all of the details are available online. What we haven't said is that you can find us at thetinctureclub.co.uk.
That's right.
And we're all over the social channels. There's content coming out for days.
Ollie's joined OnlyFans, Tincture Club.
There we go. Yeah, so you can see me infusing in nothing but a lab coat if you want.
Oh, that's news to me.
Cheeky.
Just final kind of roundup, is there any
thought of that? Is that something?
It's never going to happen, guys.
Do you know what? There is something for me. No. It's actually
There is something for him. It actually does it. It works. It does the trick. For me, it's kind of not bad.
What it was obviously, while in the last couple of weeks we've been glorifying it with our own network, right? A couple of times the feedback that I got is, how have you managed to get your price like that and still maintain a footprint? And I think it's really important for us to discuss and let people know that, we're not spending thousands on these marketing campaigns and going out and, going hell blown at it. But the fact of the matter is that we've partnered up. We use our own internal skill set to ensure that we can deliver a product that we can stand behind, guarantee, be proud of, but also educates people at the same time.
Yeah. No, I think Jay hit the nail on the head with it, for sure. I think, but on top of that, I think although we've created this kind of magnificent price point and delivery of all the things that we say we're going to execute and deliver on, I think we're very confident that we're able to still maintain the business going forwards and not just we don't want to create a community and then not be able to maintain a business that we can't continue to support or grow. So we're excited.
Amazing. Well, as I said before, you can find the Tincture Club at thetinctureclub.co.uk. Obviously, Taylor Mammon is heavily behind this as a product, and the gents here are really proud and excited, if I can speak on their behalf, as to what it could become. If you want to become part of the community or join the Tincture Club as a subscriber or an affiliate, by all means check out the website. There's loads of information there. And if you want to find out about other products brands that Taylor Mammon are behind, then by all means check out their social channels and website as well. All of the gents here around the table have email addresses, which will all be below. So if you wanted to speak to anyone about anything you've heard today, by all means get in touch. Barring that, hope you have a great day. And as the tagline says, join the revolution.